My name is Hannah and I'm 28 years old. I guess I should start by telling you about my family. There's my parents and my older sister Jennifer. We all live in the same city, but I'm the only one who regularly visits our grandmother. Grandma is Dad's mother and she's been having health problems lately. Nothing too serious, but she needs help with stuff around the house. Shopping, cleaning, that kind of thing. My parents are always busy with work and Jennifer has her own life. So I end up being the one who goes over there several times a week. I usually stop by after work or on weekends. Grandma always makes me coffee and we sit in her kitchen talking about everything and nothing. She tells me stories about Grandpa, who passed away 5 years ago, and I help her with whatever needs doing. Last Tuesday, I went over there like usual. Grandma seemed different though. She was sitting at her kitchen table looking worried. "Hannah, honey, I need to tell you something," she said when I walked in. "I think I'm having memory problems. I can't remember where I put some of my things." I sat down across from her. "What kind of things?" "Well, I've lost several things lately. I can't find some of my jewelry. And your grandfather's gold watch, it's just gone." This caught my attention. Grandpa's watch was special. It was expensive and had been in our family for decades. "Grandma, when did you last see the watch?" "I don't know, maybe a month ago? I keep looking for it but it's nowhere." I thought about this for a minute. What other things are missing? "My pearl necklace, the one your grandfather gave me for our anniversary. And those diamond earrings I got for my birthday. I've looked everywhere." Something felt off about this. "Grandma, doesn't it seem strange that it's only the expensive stuff that's missing?" She looked at me with confusion. "What do you mean?" "I mean, if you were just forgetting where you put things, wouldn't you lose cheap stuff too? Like your reading glasses or your keys?" I never thought about it that way. "Maybe someone stole these things," I said. Grandma shook her head. "That's impossible. There's no signs of anyone breaking in. The doors and windows are fine. And these things didn't disappear all at once. It's been happening over the past 2 months. Still, I think you should call the police and deal with this properly." "No, I don't want to do that because then they'll have to question all my relatives and friends who come to visit. I don't want to cause problems for anyone. And what if it turns out I just put these things somewhere and forgot? I'd be so embarrassed." I could see she was really stressed about this. "Okay, what if we try something else? What if we install a video camera? If something goes missing again, we can check the video and see exactly what happened. And if you move the things yourself, we'll find them." Grandma frowned. "I don't understand anything about cameras and technology." "You don't have to worry about that, I'll handle everything. The camera won't bother anyone and it'll just record what happens in the room." That evening, I went online and found some good cameras. I got ones with motion sensors and 360-degree rotation. The best part was they stored video in the cloud for 2 months. I ordered 3 cameras, one for Grandma's bedroom, one for the living room, and one for her office where she kept most of her valuables. When they arrived, I installed them myself. It was easier than I thought. I showed Grandma how they worked, but she just waved her hand and said she trusted me to handle it. We didn't tell anyone about the cameras. It wasn't a secret exactly, we just didn't think to mention it. After a few weeks, we both kind of forgot about them. Everything seemed normal for about a month. I kept visiting Grandma regularly and nothing else went missing. Then everything changed. I was at work when my phone rang. It was Mom. "Hannah, you need to get to the hospital right now. Your grandmother had a heart attack." I rushed to the hospital. Grandma was in a bed with wires and monitors everywhere. She looked so small and fragile. "What happened?" I asked the nurse. She was very upset when the paramedics found her. She kept talking about a missing ring. My heart sank. I sat next to Grandma and held her hand. "The ring," she whispered when she saw me, "my engagement ring, it's gone." This wasn't just any ring. It was a gold ring with a large diamond that Grandpa had given her when they got engaged. But it was more than just expensive, it was a family heirloom that had been passed down in Grandpa's family for over 100 years. Grandma treasured it not just for its value, but because it was her connection to Grandpa and our family history. "We'll find it, Grandma, don't worry." But I was worried, very worried. Because I had a feeling this wasn't about memory problems at all. The next day, while Grandma was still in the hospital, my phone rang. It was Mom. "Hannah, you need to come to our house right now. We're having a family meeting, it's urgent." I drove over to my parents' house with a bad feeling in my stomach. When I walked in, Jennifer was already there sitting on the couch with her arms crossed. Mom and Dad were standing in the living room looking serious. "Sit down, Hannah," Dad said. Before I could even get comfortable, Jennifer jumped up and pointed at me. "It was you. You stole Grandma's ring." "What are you talking about?" "Don't play dumb, you've been the one visiting her all the time. You had the perfect opportunity." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Are you crazy? I would never steal from Grandma." "Hannah," Mom said in that tone she used when I was in trouble as a kid. "We need you to be honest with us." "I am being honest." "You're the only one who goes over there regularly," Jennifer continued. "And now suddenly all these expensive things are missing and Grandma's in the hospital because of that ring." I looked at my parents. "Are you seriously listening to this?" Dad stepped forward. "Hannah, we know you've been struggling financially. Your apartment rent, your car payments. So that means I'm a thief?" "We're not saying that," Mom said, "but we need to know the truth. This isn't just about the ring. This is about trust. We need to know what really happened." "I already told you what happened. I didn't take anything." Mom sat down next to me. "Honey, if you just return the ring, we can work this out. We won't even tell Grandma it was you. There's nothing to return because I didn't take it." Dad raised his voice. "Hannah, enough, we know you're a thief. I want to handle this within the family, but if you don't come clean right now, I'm calling the police." "You're going to call the police on your own daughter?" "If I have to," Dad said. "I don't want to see you get arrested, but you're forcing my hand." Mom nodded. "And we'll have to tell all our relatives about this. Your aunts, your cousins, everyone." Jennifer sat back down and leaned forward. "Actually, I think we should all go to Hannah's apartment right now and search it. Turn the whole place upside down until we find that ring." I stood up. "This is insane. You're all treating me like a criminal." Jennifer looked at Mom and Dad. "She's been stealing from Grandma for months. Everyone knows things have been going missing. And who's the one person who's always over there? Hannah." She turned back to me. "You know what else? We need to tell Grandma about this when she gets out of the hospital. She should cut you out of her will. A thief doesn't deserve to inherit anything." Dad nodded. "She has a point, Hannah. If you did this, there have to be consequences." I looked around the room at my family. These people who were supposed to love me and support me were calling me a thief and threatening to have me arrested. They weren't even trying to listen to my side of the story. "This is unbelievable," I said. "You're all so quick to assume I'm guilty. What about the fact that I'm the only one who actually takes care of Grandma? Where were all of you when she needed help?" "Don't try to change the subject," Jennifer said. "I'm not changing the subject. I'm pointing out that while I was there helping her with groceries and cleaning and keeping her company, you were all too busy with your own lives to visit. That doesn't give you the right to steal from her," Mom said. "I didn't steal anything." Dad slammed his hand on the table. "Stop lying. Just admit what you did and give us back the ring and the other jewelry." "I can't give back something I don't have." Jennifer stood up again. "She's never going to confess. We're wasting our time." "Fine," Dad said, "then we're calling the police tomorrow morning. And we're telling everyone in the family what you did," Mom added. "And we're searching your apartment whether you like it or not," Jennifer said. I felt tears starting to form in my eyes. "You're all horrible. I can't believe you're my family. "We're not the horrible ones here," Jennifer said. "You brought this on yourself." I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed my purse and headed for the door. "Hannah, wait," Mom called after me. "No, I'm done with this. You've already made up your minds about me. Just return the ring and we can forget this whole thing happened," Dad said. I turned around one more time. "I didn't take the ring, I didn't take anything. And you're all going to feel really stupid when you find out the truth." I walked out of their house and got in my car. I sat there for a few minutes crying before I could even start the engine. My own family thought I was a thief. They were ready to call the police on me and search my apartment. I drove home in a daze. How could this be happening? How could they all turn on me like this? When I got home, I sat on my couch and cried for a while. Then I made myself some tea and tried to calm down. That's when I remembered the cameras. I rushed to my laptop and logged into the cloud storage. I went straight to the day Grandma lost her favorite ring. I scrolled through the hours of footage until I found something that made my blood run cold. There was Jennifer, clear as day on the camera in Grandma's bedroom. She was opening Grandma's closet and taking out a large jewelry box. She looked around nervously, then opened the box and started putting jewelry into her bag, including the engagement ring. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, my own sister. I watched the video 3 times to make sure I wasn't imagining it. Then I decided to check more footage. I went back through the past month, watching the videos in fast forward. Jennifer appeared again and again. Always the same routine: opening the closet, taking out the box, stealing jewelry, putting it in her bag. Suddenly everything made sense. Mom and Dad had a spare key to Grandma's house for emergencies. Jennifer knew exactly when Grandma went to church on Sundays and when she had her weekly meetings with her friends. That's when Jennifer would show up to steal things. I felt sick to my stomach. While I was helping Grandma with groceries and cleaning, Jennifer was robbing her. And then she had the nerve to accuse me of being the thief. I spent the next hour editing the clearest footage of Jennifer stealing. I made a compilation showing her taking different items on different days. Then I copied everything to a flash drive. The next morning, I called my parents. "Mom, I want to talk to you and Dad. And Jennifer needs to be there too." "Hannah, I'm so glad you finally decided to come clean," Mom said. "Don't forget to bring the stolen items with you." An hour later, I was standing at my parents' front door holding a small package. When Mom opened the door and saw it, her face lit up. "Hannah, I'm so proud of you, your conscience finally woke up." I walked into the living room where Dad and Jennifer were waiting. Jennifer had this smug look on her face like she'd won something. "So you're finally ready to admit what you did?" Jennifer asked. "Oh, I'm ready to show everyone exactly what happened," I said. I pulled out the flash drive from the package, connected it to their TV and turned it on. "Everyone sit down and watch." The first video started playing. There was Grandma's bedroom, and there was Jennifer sneaking in and going straight to the closet. She opened it, took out the jewelry box, and started putting things in her bag. The room went completely silent. I looked at Jennifer and her face had turned bright red. She was staring at the screen but didn't say a word. "Keep watching," I said, "there's more." The next video showed Jennifer taking the pearl necklace. Then another one showed her taking the diamond earrings. And finally, the last video showed her taking Grandma's engagement ring. When the videos finished, I turned to look at my family. Jennifer was still red-faced and silent. I looked at Mom and Dad, expecting them to start yelling at Jennifer the same way they had yelled at me. But their reaction was completely different. Mom turned to Jennifer with a calm voice. "Honey, if you needed money, you could have just asked us for help." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "That's it? That's all you're going to say?" Jennifer finally spoke up, but instead of apologizing, she started shouting at me. "You had no right to secretly film me. How dare you spy on me?" Dad nodded. "Hannah, you shouldn't have been recording your sister without her knowledge." "Are you kidding me right now?" I stood up. "She's been stealing from Grandma for months and you're upset about the camera?" "The camera wasn't the issue here," Mom said. But you should have told us about it. I installed the camera at Grandma's request because things were going missing. Which, by the way, turned out to be a great idea since it caught the actual thief. Dad looked at Jennifer. There must have been some serious circumstances that made you do this. Jennifer saw an opportunity and started crying. I didn't want to do it. But my new boyfriend, he's a gambler. He owes money to dangerous people. I had to sell Grandma's things to pay his debts or they were going to hurt him. Mom and Dad immediately ran over to comfort her. Oh, sweetie, why didn't you tell us? I was too ashamed, Jennifer sobbed. I didn't know what else to do. I watched this whole scene in disbelief, so let me get this straight. Yesterday you were ready to call the police on me, but today Jennifer steals from our grandmother and you're giving her hugs? This is different, Hannah, Mom said. Jennifer was trying to help someone. She was stealing, and she brought Grandma to a heart attack. Don't be so dramatic, Jennifer said, wiping her fake tears. Dramatic? Grandma is in the hospital because she thought she was losing her mind. And when her ring went missing, she had a heart attack from the stress. Dad put his arm around Jennifer. Your sister was in a difficult situation. And I wasn't? When you all accused me of being a thief and threatened to have me arrested? That's different, Mom said. How is it different? Because we know Jennifer would never normally do something like this. I picked up the flash drive. Well, I'm taking this to the police. No, you can't do that, Dad said. This is family business. Yesterday you wanted to call the police on me for something I didn't do. Today you have video proof of Jennifer stealing and suddenly it's family business? Hannah, please, Mom pleaded, we need to handle this ourselves. Jennifer needs to face consequences for what she did. She stole from our grandmother and put her in the hospital. We'll make sure she pays Grandma back, Dad said. With what money? She already spent it on her boyfriend's gambling debts. Jennifer stopped crying long enough to glare at me. You're being vindictive. I'm being fair. If you don't want me to go to the police, then I'm telling Grandma everything when she gets out of the hospital. You can't do that, Mom screamed. The shock could kill her. Then you should have thought about that before you decided to protect a thief. Dad stood up. Hannah, you're being unreasonable. I'm being unreasonable? You accused me of stealing, threatened to search my apartment, and wanted to call the police on me. But when Jennifer actually commits the crime, I'm supposed to keep quiet about it. That's not the same thing, Mom said. It's exactly the same thing. Actually, it's worse because Jennifer is actually guilty. Jennifer started crying again. I can't believe you're going to destroy our family over this. I headed toward the door. I'm going to visit Grandma at the hospital. When she gets discharged, I'm telling her everything. Hannah, wait, Mom called after me. No, I'm done with this conversation. You all made your choice. I left their house and got in my car. My phone started buzzing immediately. Text after text from Mom, Dad, and Jennifer. Please don't tell Grandma, we can work this out, don't destroy our family, Jennifer will return the ring. I turned off my phone. I was going to visit Grandma and wait for her to get better. And then I was going to tell her exactly what her granddaughter had been doing to her. The truth was going to come out whether my parents liked it or not. Over the next few days, my family bombarded me with messages. Mom, Dad, and Jennifer kept texting and calling, begging me to keep quiet about what Jennifer had done. I ignored all of them. I spent my time visiting Grandma at the hospital and waiting for her to get well enough to come home. 3 days after the confrontation, Mom showed up at my apartment. I almost didn't let her in, but she kept knocking. Hannah, we need to talk. Jennifer didn't have time to sell the ring yet. We got it back from her, but we need you to help us. Help you what? We need to put the ring back in Grandma's house without her knowing. Then when she comes home, she'll find it and think she just misplaced it. She'll think her memory problems were real. I stared at my mother in disbelief. You want me to help you gaslight Grandma? We want to protect her. Get out of my apartment now. I slammed the door in her face. I couldn't believe they wanted me to help them make Grandma think she was losing her mind just to protect Jennifer. A week later, Grandma was finally discharged from the hospital. I picked her up and brought her home. She looked tired but much better. "Hannah, I'm so glad to be out of that place. How are you feeling?" "Better, but I'm still worried about my memory, that ring." I sat down next to her on her couch. "Grandma, we need to talk. There's something I need to tell you about the ring and all your missing jewelry." I told her everything, about Jennifer stealing from her for months. About my parents having a spare key. About how Jennifer knew her schedule and came when she was at church or with friends. About the video evidence I had. When I finished, Grandma was quiet for a long time. "So I don't have memory problems?" "No, Grandma, you never did. Jennifer was stealing from you." Grandma smiled for the first time since I'd started talking. "I'm so relieved." I was starting to think I was going senile. I pulled out a small box. "I have something for you." Inside was her engagement ring. "Mom and Dad made Jennifer give it back. They wanted me to hide it in your house so you'd think you found it, but I couldn't do that to you." Grandma took the ring with tears in her eyes. "I thought I'd never see it again. There's one problem though, your fingers have gotten thinner and the ring falls off now." "I don't care, I just want it back." I had already thought of a solution. "What if we put it on a chain so you can wear it around your neck like a pendant?" "That's a wonderful idea." I helped her put the ring on a gold chain. She put it around her neck and held it close to her heart. "I'm never taking this off again, that way I'll never lose it." "That sounds perfect." The next day, Grandma called a family meeting. She asked everyone to come to her house. I was nervous about seeing my parents and Jennifer again, but I knew Grandma needed my support. When everyone arrived, Mom, Dad, and Jennifer were hoping I hadn't told Grandma anything. But Grandma's first words made it clear that wasn't the case. "I know what Jennifer has been doing." Jennifer's face went white. Mom and Dad looked at each other nervously. "Hannah told me everything. About the stealing, about the videos, about how you all tried to blame her." Grandma looked angrier than I'd ever seen her. "Jennifer, I am disgusted with you. You stole from me for months. You made me think I was losing my mind. And you put me in the hospital." "Grandma, I can explain." "There's nothing to explain, you're a thief." Grandma turned to my parents. "And you two are just as bad. You accused Hannah of stealing when she was the only one taking care of me. You were ready to call the police on her for something she didn't do." "Mom, we were just trying to." "I don't want to hear it." Grandma stood up and walked to the front door. "I'm changing all the locks tomorrow. None of you are welcome in my house anymore." "You can't do that," Dad said. "I can and I will, this is my house." Grandma looked directly at Jennifer. "And you're not getting anything from my inheritance. What you already stole will have to be enough." "That's not fair," Jennifer screamed. "If I wanted to be fair, I'd call the police and have you arrested. Then you'd go to jail for theft. Is that what you want?" Jennifer shut up immediately. "And as for you two," Grandma said to my parents, "I'll be watching your behavior from now on. If you cause any more problems, I might reconsider your inheritance too." Mom, Dad, and Jennifer left without saying another word. The house felt so much more peaceful without them there. Over the next few weeks, my phone kept ringing. Mom and Dad called constantly, asking me to convince Grandma to change her mind about the inheritance. I refused every time. "You made your choice when you protected Jennifer and accused me." Mom even tried to invite me to Thanksgiving dinner. "We can put this all behind us and be a family again." "No thanks, I'm spending Thanksgiving with Grandma." And that's exactly what I did. Grandma and I had a wonderful quiet Thanksgiving together. Just the two of us, the way it should be. I kept the flash drive with the video evidence just in case. If my parents try to turn other relatives against me or cause more problems, I'll show everyone exactly what Jennifer did. I also installed 2 more cameras in Grandma's house for extra security. It makes me feel better knowing I can check on her even when I'm not there. And it makes sure no one else tries to steal from her. Now I visit Grandma even more than before. We've grown closer through all this drama. She tells me stories about Grandpa and shows me old family photos. She's teaching me how to make his favorite recipes. "You're the only one who really cares about me," she told me last week. That's not true, I'm just the only one who shows it. Same thing. Sometimes I feel sad about losing my relationship with my parents and Jennifer. But then I remember how quickly they turned on me and how they tried to protect a thief. That's not the kind of family I want in my life. Grandma wears her engagement ring on the chain every day. She touches it whenever she talks about Grandpa. It makes her happy to have it back where it belongs. "This ring has been through so much," she said yesterday. "But it always finds its way home." Just like me, I guess, I found my way home too. And home isn't with people who don't trust you or support you. Home is with people who love you no matter what. I'm exactly where I belong.